That's one of the good parts of being independent. We can go live whenever we want to. There's no hesitation. We can do it whenever we want.
Ain't that the truth?
Welcome to Tipsy Gossip. I am Mixx. I'm looking kind of rough. I need to trim my beard. We have the host, Marcy Diamond, and Kinshok. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Superb.
Superb. How are you, Kinshok?
I'm doing well. They finally got my new AC unit working, so it's nice and cool in here. Nice 61 degrees.
Oh, good.
Freezing. Mrs. Freeze over there.
That is freezing.
Cold-hearted woman right there. I see. I never had AC growing up until I was like damn near like 17 or 18. So I don't really use it, and I hate the noise it makes because I have one of them like in the wall ones, and it's I hate the noise. So it's like I barely turn it on. I barely turn on fans. I hate the noise so much.
Wow.
I'm peaceful. I'm very peaceful. Hold on. We got Rex is back. What's up, Rex? Long time. How's it going? And we got Alex Miles. Hello, everyone, especially Marcy Diamond. I guess we're just not that.
Hey, Alex. That's funny you say that because I have to have a fan on to go to sleep. I have to hear the noise.
That's a common thing for women. I hear they gotta have a fan going.
Yeah, I started that when I was 17 because I lived in an apartment complex with my parents, and I would hear Saturday mornings, bright and early, kids screaming and yelling outside, riding bikes, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So I went to the store, got me a fan, put it right by my head at night behind me on a table. Never heard them again.
Well, you don't really get kids playing outside anymore.
Mm-mm.
Very weird. Very weird.
Yep.
Rex says, "What we've went up to? We've been doing the same old, doing the show, living life, having experiences, crazy times."
True.
Kinshok, any updates for Rex?
No.
What about
really.
your feet pics? How's that been going?
The pics that don't exist? No. I don't have any feet pics.
Of course you don't. If the right guy asks her, she'll give it up. It's
Her
always about the
superstar, maybe.
It's always about the right guy. The right guy can bring it out of you.
Right.
You said
the only reason my feet are still on the bottom of my legs is because I need them to move around. I hate feet. That's how much I hate feet.
Wow.
You can hate feet. I'm just saying. The right guy comes around and talks a good game, and you really like him. You say, just one thing I just want, please, just one time, just take a picture of your feet for me. Oh, we're done. You be done.
There's the door. I am not afraid to eat alone. That would be a weird flex, though. Either take a picture of your feet for me, or we're done. I would probably just look at him and be like, "What?"
Well, he has to have it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have this.
Then he got to get it from somebody else. The whole internet is out there. Have fun.
True.
I guess. Rex says, if you're talking about second feet, that's out of the damn question. We're not talking about second feet. We're just talking about pictures of feet. And we see what Rex is on. Rex is talking about second feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so nasty.
All right, so let's just jump into it.
Let's
no transitions. 16-year-old girl in Florida. They don't say how she ended up pregnant, whether it was consensual sex or just was it well, she don't say how she got pregnant, but the 16-year-old girl in Florida wanted an abortion, but she doesn't have no parents to consent to it. They don't think she's mature enough to make the decision, even though it's her body. So they making her have the baby. Where do we begin with that?
Dumbest thing I ever heard, because they're saying she's too immature to make the decision, but yet you're saying she's mature enough to have a baby.
That's why that's why it doesn't make sense. It goes in circles. Like, which one is it? Is she mature enough to take care of a life on her own? Because she's gonna be on her own because she doesn't have a family, or is she too immature? So okay, we need to do something. So because they're gonna end up either taking the baby away for adoption, or she's gonna have the baby and be on welfare, which it really hates. Section 8 housing.
Is they're forcing her to give up her child, which maybe that wouldn't be something she would ever want to do. They're forcing her, since she can't raise it, to have to give it up for adoption. What if that's not something she ever wanted to do? Is give up your kid for adoption?
Yeah, because you care for not
kills her.
Yeah. Was this in Florida?
Yeah, it was Florida.
Oh my God.
All kinds of complications. Anything could happen that could cause her to.
What's up, Dwayne? Rex says, I ain't sucking on no one's foot fungus. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
He's sucking on it. She has a friggin' guardian, though. She may not have parents, but she's got the guardian.
I thought in states where it was legal, and I don't think it's legal in Florida. I think you have like one of the most restrictive ones there. But I thought in states where it was legal, you didn't have to have parental consent. You could just go.
Wow.
So why doesn't she just go to a state where it's legal?
They're probably watching her now.
You cross state lines to go do that, you're in huge trouble. They were
not in Florida, and they haven't passed that legislation there yet. They've got it in Texas, but I didn't think they had it in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Well, she'd probably leave and never come back. I mean, that'd probably be a good smart thing for her. For some reason, Dwayne said he's not sucking toes either. I seriously doubt he doesn't suck toes, but I'm just leave it at that.
Wayne.
Rude.
I seriously doubt that, but this will keep going, keep moving on. It's crazy because it's weird. Like, the people who are just so for ending all abortion is just so weird. It's like it's mostly men, and it's mostly older white women, and it's like.
But they don't take into account everything that falls under that umbrella. There's a woman right now, and I don't remember which state she's in, but she has a fetus that's not viable. It literally does not have a head.
Wow.
And they're trying to make, this is a pregnancy that should be terminated because the fetus isn't viable. It's never going to be viable. It's not going to, develop any further or anything like that. But she went in to have the procedure, and the lawyers told the doctor, don't do it because we don't know the ramifications. Also, in vitro fertilization. Are they going to get in trouble if they implant, 3 embryos or whatever, and then 2 of them aren't viable and they remove them? Or that umbrella covers so much. They just think about, oh, she got pregnant, she wants to end the pregnancy. But the term abortion, or the procedure that abortion falls under, covers so much, and they didn't take any of that into consideration. And now one woman almost went septic because they made her walk around for 2 weeks with a fetus inside her because the doctor was too scared to do the procedure to remove it.
Yeah, because the doctor doesn't want to go to jail.
Right. And he shouldn't have to worry about treating his patient.
Nope. With
the procedure that she needs.
Wow.
It's a medical procedure. And
what ended up happening with that?
She finally got the procedure, but she had to go through, but for 2 weeks she's walking around with a deceased fetus inside of her. That's ridiculous. She could have went septic at any minute and died. But eventually they got it through. The lawyers jumped through enough hoops or whatever that they said, okay, go ahead and do it.
Rex says having a child is a choice, but if it's going to be a health risk, don't have the child. I mean, that's easier said than done because they got so many rules against it. So
let me guess, that was probably in Florida too, where it happened with this woman.
Well, it was actually a case where I forget what state it was also, but the girl left the state to get an abortion somewhere else, and the
That
cops
was
went on
Ohio.
the cops went on Facebook, and Facebook released the text messages saying that she wouldn't got it, and they was gonna put her in jail for it.
Oh no, I think they did. They did get the messages or whatever. But that it turns out that case, it seems like she had a. They're not sure if she had a stillborn baby or whatever, because the text messages that they released were about her burying the fetus's body. So they're trying to figure out what happened. If the baby was stillborn, or if the baby was born and she killed it or something. That's how the police got involved and all that. And I was like, but I mean,
Go ahead.
now if you that desperate to get rid of a child, you shouldn't have to carry it to begin with.
Nope.
You know, and these are the same people who scream "My body, my choice" when they had to put on a mask.
And all this bullshit is pushing girls that are young into hiding it and then possibly murdering it once it's been born to get rid of it. That's the things they don't think about. Is you're now forcing people.
Rex says, I'm preferring that women are over 40 and are wanting to have kids, but doctor tells them they cannot because of the risk. Wow, Rex.
Well,
I actually seen on Twitter where a woman was like, finally have my first baby at the age of 44. I'm like, yo. Yikes. She don't know. It was over 40. I'm for sure. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, that is a high risk pregnancy, but
yeah, they say that you're 50% more likely to have a child with Down syndrome and some problems if you have it over 40.
I have a horrible, horrible, horrible joke running through my head, but
no, let's hear it.
No,
let's hear it.
It's about it refers to like the eggs being almost past their expiration date. Oh. So, but see, I didn't want to say it after she said, Down syndrome and autism.
I'm too late. You're too far out there.
Yeah, I know. I was already like over the.
Wayne says "whoa." I'm not sure what he's saying "whoa" about, but he's I was
already over the Rainbow Bridge on that one. So, but yeah, I mean, but what about girls? Look at the 10-year-old. She was assaulted, and they were trying to make her have that kid.
Wayne says Wayne says he has jokes about old age as well. So we just gonna start telling bad jokes. I mean,
right?
I don't know. It's weird, and I had a thought, but I just lost it. After all these jokes, I don't know. It's weird times. Rod and sister said, "What's up? What's up, Rod?"
What's up?
I don't know. I mean, is this what the country's coming to? This country's getting very weird, very fast. I don't know if y'all.
Yes.
It's a lot of weird stuff going on, and I don't know where this is going.
Because our legislators are too old.
Right.
They should have long been out of office.
Yep.
So they're trying to take us back to their, the time they remember.
Right.
And I'm like, the 1950s wasn't that great.
Well, people got this infatuation, like I talked about before. People had this infatuation saying that I want a relationship like my grandma and grandpa. Like they didn't have the best relationships back then.
Right.
A lot of the grandmas didn't have a choice. They probably would have left grandpa if they had a choice, and they couldn't. They couldn't even have a checking account, so they couldn't, file for a divorce. A lot of them knew that their husbands had multiple families around the town. And, you got to think it's old days before internet, so you go 2 cities over, 20 miles away, nobody knows you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you run to a family member, nobody knows you. Can do whatever you want. Nobody's ever going to know. So,
my grandma
said if Papa said he was working late, he was working late. You didn't ask no questions.
Right.
Otherwise, smack.
Right. And Papa over there laying pipe to Marguerite, 2 cities over. You coming home sweaty. Where my bath water? That's where that came from. Oh, my dinner and my bath water ran because he then came home from fucking. This is crazy. No, wow. They wasn't the best relationships. You know what I'm saying? Nope. People need to stop that infatuation with that. Ray says, Marcy, what you drinking?
Bacardi and Diet.
That sounds pretty good. That sounds really good. And we know what Kinshok is drinking. Ripple.
Oh my god, it's brandy and red wine. I got it right. Cool.
Oh, so yeah, and then also, do you know you always had the grandpa who was like in his 30s and seen the 16-year-old girl, leaving high school, and picked her up and took her to got her soda, and now they're married. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit like that. So.
Yep. My grandma told me that on her deathbed. She was in the hospital dying, and she said about my first husband, do not remarry that man, because he wanted to remarry. And we got a divorce and all that. And he was like, we got back together after, and he wanted to remarry. And she's like, do not do it. No matter what you do. I'm like, okay. Because she said that I wasn't going to do it. And then she's like, if I had it to do all over again, I swear I would have left your grandfather. I'm like, what? We just thought they were so in love. And so
they wasn't.
That. And she wasn't that happy, she said. I never, ever knew that. That's nothing she ever shared with anyone.
Yeah, a lot of grandmas were just unhappy. They just hid it well. And that's why a lot of them were so bitter when they got older.
Yep.
Wayne says brandy and red wine, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Brandy and red wine. That's more like what it says.
Yes, I used to drink brandy and beer, and then I stopped drinking beer.
Oh, shit.
So now I just drink wine.
I love drinking. It's fun.
Yes, it is. I agree with that 100%.
It is fun. I hate when people are like, oh, I don't drink. I don't want any. I just don't drink. I'm like, get out of here.
Exactly. I don't trust you.
Yeah, right? That's your own personal thing, but it'd be nice if you had a drink because you feel like you can be yourself and have fun and let loose.
Rex says, Marcy, I thought you would have picked something a little bit stronger with some more caffeine.
Shit. Do you know I've never tried Red Bull in my whole life? Wow, it gets
Don't
worse.
start.
Beer.
Don't start that. Wayne says it get worse, brandy and beer. No, there was a TikTok about this guy talking about he had heart disease from drinking Red Bulls all the time. And then a woman duetted, and then she was talking about how her brother, just out the blue, just had a heart attack and died. And it was like trying to figure out what it was. And she said he drank at least a 4-pack of Red Bull a day. They say if you go on a road trip, he'll get two 4-packs of those Red Bulls and drink them the whole trip. And then like that's all he drank was Red Bull. And I was like, that's just. And I was actually I was on my brothers for years about stop drinking those energy drinks, stop drinking those Monsters and all that bullshit. Finally, they starting to listen to me after so many years of telling them to stop drinking. But it's better late than never.
Man.
Rod says Kinshok used to drink gin and juice. I believe it. She probably still does on the weekends. I won't put it past her.
All she gave was a Snicker. That was all.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't lie. I did used to drink it, but I don't particularly care for gin.
Gin is not good.
No good.
I mean, everybody's drinking gin because of Snoop. Gin and juice. Everybody's like, gin and juice, and yuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Hennessy?
I don't like Hennessy.
I don't like it. I tried it. I can't stomach it.
It doesn't taste good at all. People who talk about Hennessy it's because of the hype. That's the only thing. That's the only thing to keep it selling because it's disgusting.
Yep. Thank you for saying that because I thought it was me.
Nope, not you. It is nasty.
Wayne says vodka is great. I agree with that. I drink vodka. I could drink vodka every day, but
especially with some orange juice.
I love vodka.
I usually drink it with cranberry juice because I can't drink orange juice.
Yeah, I end up throwing up after I have a couple of them because of the acid. It gets so built up in my stomach. I stopped drinking them, but I love it.
That's where you gotta get the Ciroc and just drink it straight. Get the flavor of Ciroc and drink it straight. Best shit in the world.
What's that stuff I got over there? I got this Hypnotic. I love that shit.
You made a couple of videos one time using Vegas about Hypnotic. Hypnotic is so good.
So awesome.
Wayne says y'all drinking the wrong Hennessy. Are you suggesting you're getting the white Hennessy? I don't know. That's probably what you're talking about. Well, speaking of underage girls and grown men, Dane Cook recently got married to his girlfriend who is 23 and he is 50, and they've been dating for 5 years.
So she was 18. Allegedly. She could have been younger, allegedly.
Yeah, well, he says that they met when she was younger, but of course they didn't do anything or date. They were just friends until she became legal age, and then they started dating.
Sounds like a Tyga and Kylie situation.
Exactly. And people are reporting this. I'm like, how come nobody's calling them out for that? Like, you groomed this girl for all these years and you marrying her, like, that's grooming. You meet a young girl, like, he was 45, he's probably 44, meeting a 17-year-old. Like, what makes you think, oh yeah, look at this one right here? Look, like, dog, you're sick.
What's his name?
Dane Cook, the comedian.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, show me what he looks like. Very vaguely remember him.
So does everybody else.
He had a real good run. What years were they he had this run?
I don't remember, but he was the it guy for a bit.
Way earlier. Way long time ago. Because I remember hearing about him, gosh, what, 08, 09, somewhere in there. But haven't heard about that guy in ages.
I have. I'm just trying to, in my mind, what does a 44-year-old man say to a 17-year-old girl that makes her go, "Oh, I want to be with you"?
Yep.
Because they probably think, "Wow, I'm so mature that this older man likes me. Wow, this is so nice. I must be really something special that he's coming after me."
And they got nothing in common.
Nothing in common.
Okay, where is your self-confidence? Because if I had ever been approached like that, I'd have been like, "Oh, you're creepy," and I'm telling my dad, and he has weapons.
And she don't know what it's like to have body aches and be tired early and not have a lot of energy. And she's gonna get tired of that shit when he starts getting older. She's gonna be like, "See ya."
Oh, he's already there because he's pretty much set in his ways by now. You know, if he used to eating at 6:30, he gonna want to eat at 6:30.
Yep.
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say she gonna be wanting to go out and stuff like that, and he gonna be like, "Really?
I ain't going nowhere.
Not tonight."
Well, he probably didn't approach her like, "Hey, I want to be with you." He probably approached her, "Hey, you're really nice. You're cool. I like you. You're pretty cool." And then like just go from there. And like you're a lot smarter than most girls I deal with. Hyping her head up, just flat out grooming her. You're so special. You're way smarter than other girls in Hollywood. You have a smart brain in your head. And then like just progress as she got older, and then if you turn 18, oh yeah, we should be together. You're legal now. She don't know better.
Exactly, because it's written all over her face. Look at my pretty shiny things.
Yep. She's got nice teeth.
And
nice
how much? And like, how much money does Dane Cook have left from his big run?
You need to find an older picture because that don't really look like him.
Does he do anything anymore?
His celebrity has fizzled out a lot from that time.
Good grief! It looks like her dad. That's
Exactly.
not even fair. That's not even fair to do to this girl.
Yeah, it's like these old men going after these young girls is disgusting, man. People need to call these guys out.
That is gross. The whole world sees it and knows he's doing this too. I guess he don't care.
Because some guys looking at, he's a man. Look at him. He got himself a young girl. Yeah. I'm like, no, that's not yet. That's an older picture of Dane Cook.
Gosh. Wow. Yeah, that looks more like what I remember him looking like.
Like, who knew that during that whole time he's a damn creep?
Yep. Speaking of calling people out, go ahead before I say this.
Oh no, he said who knew he was a creep, and I was saying I did.
Was this where you were going to go next? Was FT calls?
FaceTiming calls. People are just rude with them.
Yeah, like I saw a video on TikTok the other day where this guy is walking around, someone's filming him, and he's loud in the store, and he's laughing and carrying on, and people are like, he's like, what? What's the big deal? So what? And someone's like, well, could you be quiet? And then he went and sat at some bar next to some people. They were getting uptight. He's like, so what? And I just thought to myself, oh my God, nothing drives me more crazy than someone on FaceTime walking around a store talking. Like, first of all, why does the person have to be on FaceTime? And then I got to hear both sides of your conversation. I got to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
When I see people do it, I just look at them. I'm like, yeah, you got it out there. I want to be in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? I sit there and look at them like,
irritates the fuck out of me.
Hey, you putting your business out there. I'm listening. You must want me to hear. You out here. And the thing that annoys me the most, people who walk around talking their phone like this.
Yeah.
That annoys me. So I don't know why. But if I see somebody talking their phone like this, that drives me nuts. I don't know why. It just drives me crazy. Kinshok, what drives you crazy about people on their phones?
You probably
How
don't
can I
think
say
about
this
it too much.
without? Okay, people that have to constantly be on the phone with you when they're not right next to you. Like the minute you go to work or go to the store or go anywhere, they right there in your ear.
This is something personal. I know what it is. I don't know where she's going with this, but okay.
That drives me absolutely insane. It's like, get a personality and leave me alone for 8 hours while I'm at work.
Some people, it's a mix of insecurity, jealousy, and immaturity. That's what that is, and they got to check on you and make sure you're where you're at and call you and don't do me.
But I'm at work. Why are you in my ear while I'm at work? Especially if I'm a face-to-face customer service person.
Because there's other women there. Some other women might walk in. You got to be there.
Well, then you need to get over yourself. Like I said, grow personality and get over it, because it's not even happening to me, and it's making me just want to claw your eyes out. So I can't imagine, but that's not me. That's not my situation. So
irritating.
People only do what you let them do.
Exactly.
And
yeah, my mom always would say, you got to teach people how to treat you.
It's true. I mean, you gotta set your boundaries, and hopefully they respect them and understand them. And if they don't understand why you got these boundaries, you have to explain to them, I got these boundaries because I don't like this person. Not that I don't like them, but if you give them an inch, they'll take 5 fucking miles and more. You know what I'm saying? So you got to set boundaries and keep them at a distance.
Yep.
And if you don't, you're gonna find yourself in like, how do we get here?
Exactly.
Alex, I've been seeing her from Dane Cook since the movie Employee of the Month. That was a funny movie. I
never saw that. Did you know Marlo Hampton is one of Future's baby mamas? I never knew that. Marlo Hampton from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I never knew that shit. That's crazy. You'd have to know who she was to care.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch that show.
And Waka Flocka and Tammy have split up. That's crazy.
They'll probably be back together.
They're doing their show, Waka and Tammy, but they're doing it as a split up couple.
Just cancel the show. Why are you trying
Exactly.
Just cancel the show.
Wow, LeBron signs $97 million deal extension with the Lakers. Good God. It just kills me. The people that don't friggin' need it get it.
Okay, here's something. Okay, everybody gets upset with the athletes making that money. Think about how much the money the guy that's paying them is making. I see that's the people who really need to be checked. Like, if I could pay you $97 million, how much am I getting in from this team? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think about that.
Rex says try aged Jack Daniels. Don't drink Jack Daniels, drink Uncle Nearest. Jack Daniels stole the recipe from a black man, former slave, Nearest Williams. I think it's Nearest Williams. So by Uncle Nearest, that's who originally came up with the recipe for Jack Daniels.
And who was he?
Huh?
Who was he?
His name was Nearest. They called him Uncle Nearest. He was a former slave who used to be with Jack Daniels, and Jack Daniels stole the recipe.
Good Lord.
And so finally the family's been, in litigation with Jack Daniels, and they finally gave him his due. Now he has his own liquor. Now they have his own liquor in his name, and they finally get paid from it.
Damn.
That's a whiskey, right?
Yeah. I'm
Whiskey's
trying to get the
not
picture.
too bad.
Yeah, I'm not particular about that one either. I tend to stay away from the schnapps, but everything else, I don't care for bourbon. But
Oh yeah, I've never
that's
tried
all I
that.
got. I'll drink it.
I'm trying to get a picture, but the pictures are always so small you can't really see them. God damn it. It was the granddaughter who got everything changed over. So yeah, don't drink Jack Daniels, drink Uncle Nearest.
Uncle Nearest. I'll have to look that up.
I like Remy. That's good.
See, that's the best picture I can get.
1884, because he's saying that's when it was invented.
Yep. So, little history for you.
That's cool.
What were we talking about? Oh, phones and
Yep.
boundaries. I don't know. I've never tried to be on the phone. I'm out in public. I make it quick. What you want? I'm out. I'm in the store. What do you want? Quick, hurry. You talk too slow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people who. I don't like talking on the phone. Period.
I was gonna say you don't like to be on the phone when you at home.
So, if I FaceTime you, I really got to like you. If I take a regular call from you, it's gonna be 5 minutes at best. Don't think we finna sit here and no. Text me.
I don't
exactly.
FaceTime, period.
You're on the phone, text me.
When I
It's
see a
up to you on
FaceTime,
text.
when I see a FaceTime come across my screen, that like good friends of mine, I won't answer it. Period. I'm like, why do I need to look at you? We don't need to look at each other. I don't need to see you, so I won't answer it. And then Desiree used to say, "Yeah, we're calling FaceTime. She's not going to answer it." And then I'd hit her afterwards and be like, "Yes, what do you need? What's up?" People should know better than to FaceTime me. That's what kills me. They still try.
And that's what an issue with my twins' mom is that she'll say, "Are you busy? I'm at work. Well, I need to talk to you quick." Just text what it is.
Right.
Just text it.
Yes.
And she'll go back and forth. No, I need to tell you on the phone. And then I'll tell you, it was like, Junior needs ramen noodles. You couldn't text me that shit.
Right.
You couldn't text me that. No, it was one time she was blowing my phone up. I'm like, I was in a meeting. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? She keep calling. And I'm like, what's going on? Why you keep calling? Oh, are you busy? I need to talk to you on the phone. I'm like, yes, I'm busy. What's going on? Texting. Oh, my nephew thought he saw you at Sonic.
Oh Lord.
Why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my time? Oh my God. Alex says Walker and Tammy actually premieres tonight on WeTV.
Yeah. And I did see that Deshaun Watson is suspended for 11 games. I saw that.
He got off easy. They could have got him for the whole year.
For? I don't even know what's it for. Oh, yes.
For all
I
the women.
do.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's all that's happening to him?
He had to pay $5 million, which is like
To who?
to the NFL. That was his fine.
Are they going to pass it out to the women?
No, they already got paid off.
Oh my God. What's the NFL need $5 million for?
I thought she was gonna say, "What's the number to the NFL?"
I mean, what do they need it for? Just have him pay off the women, have him pay his dues. They don't need it.
Yeah, it's crazy how he just signed with Cleveland a couple of months ago, and Cleveland fans are so diehard about him already. It's like, yo, it's not that serious. Like this one guy said, we're all sick people, and he's wearing a Deshaun Watson jerseys. I'm like, yuck.
What did he do?
I remember we talked about him getting the massages. He was
Okay.
trying to get the happy endings and try to get girls to
Okay,
play with his butt, stuff like that.
Okay, I said I remember.
Marcy Diamond whiskey, anyone? Marcy, you come up your own whiskey.
I know I should. Will
look
tells
into
me
that.
all the time I need to come out with cigars. I need to come out with a brand of cigars.
What would be harder to do, a brand of cigars or a alcohol brand?
Probably alcohol, because we tried that, and I got a contract with 2 companies for an energy drink, or 2 distribution centers. I would have made $83,000 a week. They were like, yes, we like it. Let's do it. Just in 2 states, Florida and Georgia. That was all it was going to do. And they said, well, we need $30,000 first for you to come up with that for advertising. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. And I couldn't get these people to give us the money that had expressed interest in it. So, but I had the contracts. They said, yes, we want your drink. So that was a bust.
Damn.
Sucks when you can't raise the funding for it.
That's always the problem, the funding.
Yep.
I hate when people say you need to get your LLC and start your business and you can do this, do that. I'm like, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. You need money.
Nope.
You just can't. You just can't get an LLC and all of a sudden you got $500,000 in the bank to use.
Yep.
I don't know what
People don't get it. It's very hard.
I think that cigars would be harder.
Yeah, maybe. You can do white label, where you just buy cigars from a company and they'll just go ahead and put your name on it.
Yeah, well, that's not really your cigar then. That's just got your name on it. I mean, I'm thinking like
companies do that,
develop it from like, the plant on up.
Oh shit, you talking about full on?
Yeah, well, that's what, when you say your own brand, that's what I think. When you said her own drink, I was thinking that, she would have to come up with a flavor, figure out how to distill it, and, what kind of process. So I guess I'm just thinking about it from a different.
No, what you do is you come up with a flavor and an idea. You take it to an alcohol company, a bigger, that covers like a bunch of them. You tell them your idea and they, work with you and they make it, distribute it for you, and you get, you get your part of it. That's how so many, rappers had all those liquor brands a few years back. Everybody had their own liquor brand for a while.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yep.
Every rapper had a clothing line, a liquor brand.
Clothing line. Everybody always starts with t-shirts because that's the cheapest thing to make.
Super cheap.
Then you go from there. You need to get a t-shirt printing machine. There's a guy that runs around to all the shit. He says he's got his van. He's got the machine in the van. Anything that happens in the country, he runs over there, prints up Ferguson t-shirts, prints up everything that's going on his t-shirts, starts selling them right at. I mean, that's what he did in Ferguson, and he does that everywhere and makes a ton of money. But he travels a lot, though.
That's a good idea. I have to tell my daughter-in-law about that.
That's a great idea.
She got one of them machines.
That's a great idea, especially in the Midwest, because you can hit up Minnesota. There's always some shit in Minnesota. There's always some shit in Illinois, a little bit in Milwaukee. You can always just go back and forth between there and just Chicago itself,
True. Pull up, start making the freaking t-shirts in your van.
You can go to these Badger games, make these little Badger shirts, little bag, fucking Bucky. Remember that whole slogan? Bucky fucked your mom. They had all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? It's only the shit you see if you go to the games.
I don't go to the games. Where do they get them overalls from, though?
You can order those off the bookstore website.
Okay. Do you have to be a student?
No.
Okay. Because I just want the overalls. I just think they're cute.
every school has those overalls, but more schools wearing more than others. You can get them in all type of colors. Even my son's school has those overalls. There's a couple guys wearing those overalls there.
Show me what you're talking about.
Hold on.
Overalls. Everybody in the audience wears them, or the
A whole bunch of people wear them.
And all kinds, mostly students, but anybody can wear them, I guess.
Overalls are black.
No, these are red and white striped.
Oh.
And overalls are not always black. I've had them in purple.
No, I said they're back.
Oh, back. Okay.
Yes.
It's like, wait a minute.
I thought they're back because I haven't seen anybody wear overalls in ages.
Here's a good look at it. You see, they always wear these red and white stripes.
Oh, wow.
So if you come to a Badger game, you're going to see a lot of these around.
No kidding. That's cute. Just the Badgers?
A lot of different colleges have their colors in them.
Oh.
But some schools are more known for it than others.
That's cute.
Speaking of colleges, I went to the list of the top 10 binge colleges, and I was actually upset that we had dropped down the list from number 1.
Really? Oh, wow.
I was like, wait a minute, why is that? But I shouldn't be upset by that. I was like, why am I upset by this? But I was kind of ticked off.
We're always in the top 10 party schools, though. We're always in the top 10. It ranges where at, but we're always in that top 10. So what were we talking about? The telephones? I'm sorry, we keep getting sidetracked. People with telephones are annoying.
Right.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yep. FaceTiming in front of other people is fucking annoying. Stop.
Oh, and Deshaun Watson, you lucky you didn't go to prison.
Right?
And just get an escort.
Yes. What's wrong with these people? A porn star at that, because they don't talk. But a regular old escort will probably run their mouth.
Well, he was with, he had this time with Mia Khalifa, but she probably doesn't, do anything anymore. But his problem was, plain and simple, was he was trying to get regular Instagram girls who say they do massages, trying to get them to do extra shit when they looking for their 5 minutes of fame. And he was trying to get regular masseuses to try to do extra stuff, which is completely wrong. Like you're just harassing regular working women. He was he's completely wrong about it, If you had that fantasy, get you a girlfriend and play role play with her where she's the masseuse and she'll play with your booty, give you everything you want, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't understand it, man. So did you ever watch any of the verses over the summer and pandemic and everything?
I watched one of them, and I honestly can't even remember who it was now.
Well, they got real big during the pandemic, and they started doing live performances, and they were events. And so the business model was getting real big, and so they sold it to Trilla for like some 90 million. I forget how much they sold it for. And Trilla has never paid them. Didn't pay them anything. And Trilla has a history of not paying people. So now Timbaland and Swizz Beats are now suing Trilla for all their money that they never got.
Who's Trilla? A company or a person?
Trilla's an app. They were trying to compete with TikTok. Obviously, you know who won that since you don't know who Trilla is. But Trilla, let me see. How would you describe Trilla? Let me look it up.
That's crazy that they wouldn't pay.
Trilla also did a thing where they're saying they was going to pay, during the George Floyd situation. We're going to start paying Black creators to come to Trilla and make content. Never paid those people either. Like,
man,
they just been ripping people off real bad. Like I said, they were trying to compete with TikTok,
You would think that if you're going to do a business deal like Timbaland and whoever else you said,
Mhm.
you would think that you would make sure they had the funds and that they could actually get approval for a loan if that's what they were going to do or whatever before you go into a deal with somebody.
I don't think why they went to. I don't know why they sold it. It was a great platform that they could have did a lot more for themselves, or bringing people and bringing different investors. But I never felt they should have sold it, and this shows that they shouldn't have sold it because they suing to get over 28 million back, or not back, but they owed initially.
Who owned it? Timbaland?
Timbaland and Swizz Beats, they were co-owned it.
No kidding.
And who owns Triller? Let me look that up.
Wow. They just got ripped the fuck off. That's insane.
Ryan Kavanaugh, whoever that is, is valued at $5 billion, but they don't pay nobody, so they probably do got $5 billion in unpaid fees.
So does this mean they're gonna shut down, or that's not what it means?
I mean, who knows? I mean, Triller's not paying them, because they were having they had a pay-per-view versus that nobody watched because you've been giving to us free on different platforms all these years. You're gonna try to make people pay for it. It's not gonna work.
Oh, I see the app Triller, social video and clips. No kidding. Damn, Swizz Beats and Timbaland sue Trilla for $28 million over versus rap battle deal. Damn. Styles P says he'll boycott versus if Swizz Beats and Timbaland leave Triller. Oh, it says he's one of the versus most valuable players.
Who?
Timbaland. I'm sorry, Styles P.
Oh yeah, he has Styles P. The whole Locks had some great moments in versus.
Wow. Styles P says if those allegations are true, that Swizz Beats and Timbaland filed a $28 million lawsuit against Triller Tuesday, claiming Triller has missed significant payments since acquiring Versus in 2021. He said if it's true, it feels like some serious culture vulture conduct, and he's advising the entire hip-hop community to distance itself from the live stream giant if nothing is resolved.
I mean, who uses it anyway?
So it sounds like they paid them something, though.
They probably gave him a certain percentage, but then never paid him anything else.
Jeez. Says, interestingly enough, when we spoke to Timbaland at the height of the Versus movement, he was pretty confident that selling the hot commodity would ruin the magic. And while the magic isn't necessarily ruined, it's certainly going through some rough times.
I don't understand. Okay, why not just make their? I mean, they don't need Triller. That's what I'm saying. They were doing it on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure they were getting some type of money from Instagram from having all that. They would have 20, 2 or 3 million people watching on Instagram. That had to bring them in something. Oh, he's talking about the Christmas tree.
Yes, it is. I left it up last year, never took it down, and said I'm going to leave it up till this year.
They had millions of people watching this. If they was to take that to YouTube, have their YouTube channel, they would get probably a few million subscribers, have 5 million watching. They can make decent money from that. I mean, what is...
Yep, that's true. Yep.
I don't understand why, and that's all I'll be trying to tell people who have. I've told a couple people who have podcasts, the current business model for podcasts is not making no one money. Everyone thinks that they're going to take the, brilliant agents of Joe Budden route and read ads, but you're not going to get ads because those apps don't promote your podcast, and if they do, they don't promote it good. And like I told my boy Rod, if you had a million listeners on SoundCloud, you would not make a dime ever. They only promote music. If you had a million streams on iTunes, they'll just say thank you and that'll be it. Because you're not going to make, no matter what you do, you're not going to get the funds unless you have to read ads during your podcast, which sounds it throws off your podcast. I watch podcasts, for example, I hate to say it, but $1 million worth of game, they be in the middle of their podcast having a good interview, and all of a sudden they'll stop. Yo, try Amsterdam vodka. We got new flavor coming out. I'm like,
yeah,
just keep the podcast going. Don't and some of them had these long ads too. It's like, how did this get made? They talk about old movies and talk about them. Going back and watching an old movie, what you would think today, and then like the podcast be going smooth, and also it just stop. Why we got your attention? Make sure you check out this website.
I hate that shit too.
Yeah. So, and I was telling them, like, if you're on YouTube, like we are now, you get your 1,000 subscribers. If you get really popular and you do it for years, these guys have been doing podcasts for years. A lot of my favorite podcasts have stopped because they didn't make anything over the years of doing it. And I'm like, if y'all had been on YouTube, y'all got way more fan base than I have or anybody else I know. You could have built that on YouTube and you would have been getting income from that just from doing your show. You don't need the ads. The ads will play on themselves.
But you used to do those ads way, way back on a really, really old podcast you had. I remember it.
You probably learned the hard way.
But they're probably working still with that same model, thinking that that's the way to do it.
It is.
And I don't know why, but I remember that. But this was like the very, very early times of podcasts. Because matter of fact, the first time I was like, "What's a podcast?" And he was like, "Just come on and talk to me." And I was like, "Oh."
Like, there are podcasts who are like, you could tell when they're talking on the show about they worry they might have to stop because they don't have to, they're paying, and it's like, yo, get that, promote everybody wants to see the visuals now. They want to see you talking, not just hear you talking. And if people riding their cars, they want to hear, but a lot more people want to see it, watch it live, to see your reactions live.
Right. I see your channel is blowing up.
I'm very thankful for it.
I saw that. I'm like 1.45. Damn. That's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a grind, but you just got to. It's a grind, but everything is a grind. But there's no point in grinding on the other platforms, and you'll never get nothing out of it. I mean, you enjoy doing it, but along the line somewhere, the investment has to start paying out.
True. And
the investment's not going to pay out on those other routes. You can probably do them all at the same time. That's going to get costly.
Yep.
I mean, we might go back to doing, SoundCloud and all that stuff eventually. We like it. I like being on everything. I like being everywhere and seeing the numbers like, yo, we got total, but we're killing Twitter too. We are killing Twitter. You see how many views we get on Twitter? Cardi B watches on Twitter. That's how big we are on Twitter. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you tap the screen and get those hearts pumping. Like, every once in a while, I'll get like a like from like a podcast from like March. I'm like, damn, people still watching these? And I'll go to them like 5,000 views. I'm like, shit.
Wow. I try to watch something on Twitter after, and it won't let me watch this show on Twitter. Like,
really?
Yeah, it just keeps I don't know what's wrong with my phone or whatever, but are you doing it on what's that app called or that shows it live on Twitter? They joined forces with them and they show, I can't remember the name of it.
I forgot what it is. I know you're talking. I know it is.
It is that? Oh, okay.
But that app is no longer around. It's just strictly on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Maybe they bought it.
Yeah, they bought it. And that's what I'm saying. And Twitter, you should be monetizing us because we apply for monetization. You should be monetizing because we bring in numbers.
I tried to, and it said I had to be 18. Check back in a while. I was like,
18.
where the hell are y'all getting that I'm not 18? Said check back. Wouldn't even let me check the box that I'm obviously over 18.
That's crazy.
I'll have to have you log in and look at it.
Okay.
So annoying.
Woo.
Well, it's about time.
Sorry for the podcast rant. I hate seeing some of my favorite podcasts stopping what they doing.
Yep.
Because they, it's just not making sense anymore. But like,
no, don't be sorry. It's a good topic.
Because you are Marcy Diamond. You can find her on Twitter at Marcy Diamond 2. Why is it 2? Because it's her second Twitter. They banned the first one. You can find her on TikTok also at Marcy Diamond. Check out our website www.pog.life, one of the best sites there is. And I am Rod's Mixx. You can find me on Twitter at Rods_Mixx. Also TikTok at Rods_Mixx. Also check out my YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and just check out my videos. Check out my playlist. Add my videos to your playlist, please. If you got a playlist on your YouTube, add my videos to it. I'll be very thankful.
Yep.
We have Kinshok she's also on Twitter at Kinshok29. Make sure you add her, send her a message, say, how are you doing? How's your day going? How's World of Warcraft going? You know what I'm saying? Ask her some questions. Ask her some questions. Interact with her. Tell her, come on Twitter. Come be a part of Black Twitter. Come be a part of all that good stuff. Come be a part of it. It's fun. All right. I thank everybody for watching. Thanks for support. We like to rant sometimes. We get off topic, but that's what you're here for.
Perfect. That's what it's about.
Any last words before we shut it down tonight?
No.
All right. See you guys next week. Love y'all.